Welcome back to the Rice and Slice Golf Show podcast. My name is Theo, gentlemen. By the side of me, as always, Chenji Meng. Welcome back, episode 58, coming in hot today. We have so much to catch up on today, Chenji. First of all,
and I've got a lot of content, like a package full of content, literally in a package form.
Today,
I can't even lift this. I can't even lift this.
It's going to be a good episode. Before we get started, first of all, thank you guys for listening. Please like and subscribe. If you're not already following us on our socials, at Rice and Slice Podcast, go follow us, go like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're listening, thank you very much for listening. We appreciate you. There's a lot going on today. There's a lot to catch up. There's a lot to catch up on from last week. I've been a busy boy. Chenji's been a busy boy. Look, oh my God. So is that all mine?
So heavy right now.
Okay, so if you're not listening, if you're not watching and you're listening, Chenji just showed me on the camera a massive heavy box. Now, if you're a reoccurring listener or viewer to the podcast, you will know that a few weeks ago, we have placed an order on g4.com or .co.uk, which G4 obviously is a very popular golf brand, and they make really nice shoes and really nice clothes. And we just a little backstory, and we so happen to have an employee an employee account.
Staff sale.
Yeah,
so like annual staff sale.
And there was an annual staff sale, and it was like 75% off. Me and Chenji between us spent £500.
Not everything was 75% off, but it was up to 75%.
No. What we bought was probably 75% off. There was things that we didn't buy that were not 75% off.
Correct.
Yeah, because there were So typically a shoe on a G4 shoe is for like £180, £250, whatever. I don't even know how many pairs of shoes I bought. I think I bought 3, and they were £45 each. So between me and Chenji, we ended up spending £500. The discount was £1,300 discount, and we were worried that the order was still pending and that we wouldn't receive it until a couple of days ago when I get a message from Chenji and he says to me, "Dude, you are going to love your shoes." So
no. We missed an important step, which again cannot be confirmed or denied, because we recorded an episode, our last episode. We actually not just the last episode, the previous episode. It's been a couple of weeks now. Actually.
Yeah, this has been going on for a few episodes now.
Like 2 weeks ago, episode 56, we actually said like, G4, please release our order.
Yes.
And then you've made a clip. You edited a clip on our Instagram channel, and you've tagged G4, right?
Yes.
And it was actually the day after that, I got a text from my friend, right?
Whether or not, we don't know if that post
we
had
don't know.
To do with it
could be pure coincidence, but literally, it's the morning after you've basically posted that clip, I get a message from my friend. And bearing in mind, that's already been like 2 weeks. So to be fair, it took the package like a month to actually come.
Right.
Like almost a month. So,
but we got it.
Yep, and it's right next to me. I mean, I don't know if you want to do this now or we want to do this later, because I've actually kept this. I actually haven't, I've opened it, like the whole box, but I actually haven't unpacked it, right? So, I mean, I wasn't really going to play golf anyway, so I've kind of left all the content in there.
So all of the stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. So that box that you have is both of our stuff.
It's both of our stuff.
Okay, so just for clarity, the stuff that's in that box is not for this year. Because the shoes that we bought, they're very summery shoes. They're not trainers. They're like the proper shoes. What are they called, Chenji?
And even if you could, I mean, you could wear them for the winter, but you wouldn't wear them for the winter because like they're just too good for the winter. Like you wouldn't want to walk them in the mud. There's the Gallivanters.
That's it, Gallivanters. So it's like a proper dress shoe with like plastic spikes.
It's the equivalent of the FootJoy like Premier series, right? Yes. Whereby like it looks like a dress shoe, different colors, and you'll get to see what it looks like afterwards.
Yes, I can't wait. Can you just show me one thing from that box?
I will not show you one thing that's... I mean, I'll tell you what. Like, my favorite item in this, it's nothing golf related. I kind of made a silly purchase, but it kind of makes sense. And, like, literally, it's my favorite thing that I bought. Should I show you now or should I show you later? It's like a surprise.
Just quickly show me now. Oh, my God. You got them. Is that the pillow?
I got a pillow, mate.
I
It's the softest pillow I have ever felt in my life.
You need to first of all, you need to get the microphone and pick up the microphone. I can't really.
Oh, sorry. It's the softest pillow that I've ever felt in my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, no, seriously, I thought it would be like a silly purchase, right? And I thought I'd be gifting this away for Christmas.
It's a silly purchase.
I thought I'd be
It's a silly purchase. It's a very silly purchase. It's a pillow, Chenji.
Who buys a golf branded pillow? Like,
I once made a very, very silly purchase, and I've bought a very expensive pillow, and ever since then it's been on a mantelpiece, and I've never ever even like looked at it twice. So it's a silly purchase, but.
like 35 or something.
So that's okay. That's fine. But yeah, it's decent.
Course,
it's all right.
Mate,
it's good.
this is made of like pure virgin merino wool.
Okay.
And I'm literally touching this right now, and it's like...
Okay, put it back in the box. Just put it back in the box. Can you show me a shoe? A shoe.
A shoe. I will say this. I'm going to show you the ugliest shoe which you got.
Wait, is the ugliest shoe mine?
Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
my
I only
God.
bought one pair.
Dude, your pair is amazing. You sent me a picture of yours and it looks incredible.
I'm gonna show you this one first, yeah. Which is like this sort of like canvas.
Oh.
No, sorry, not canvas.
Wait, show me the bottom.
Like the wool and the
Look,
like.
look, it
leather.
looks nice, but I'm sure it looked nicer in the picture, no?
Yeah, it looked nice in the picture, but still nice though.
No, it's fine. It's good. It's good. No, go a little bit further down. Let me actually see it on the camera. It looks fine. It looks okay. Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I just don't like it when they crease like at the front when you walk. That just puts me off completely. So I'm quite excited to see what's going on. I don't know when I'm going to get them because obviously I don't even know when I'm going to see you next. But yeah.
Yeah, soon. But you know,
have you seen the football shirt? Have you opened that?
I'll leave that as a surprise.
So what are you planning then? Are you going to show me everything at the end? Is it going to be like what's going to happen?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, are we going to do this now? I guess might as well do this now, right?
Well,
I mean, we've already unboxed 2 items.
Listen, I don't want to just like have a podcast episode where most people listen to the podcast and they don't watch it to just have a little show and tell. And there's people like mowing greens at JCB, and you know they just those shoes are nice. You know, that shirt is nice. And
yeah, so then they're gonna come back and actually watch a YouTube video.
I think they're just gonna be annoyed and maybe unsubscribe. So shout out to all the JCB greenkeepers that are listening.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate
and my colleague James, because he listens to it on his way to work.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot more people that listen to the podcast than view the podcast. True. So it's just one of those.
Let's
things.
do that in the end.
Okay. All right. Okay. And even if you don't,
Let's go with the proper content, mate. Like you've posted something today.
Wait, before we get into that.
Oh.
Speaking of silly purchases.
Wait to ask you that. Okay.
What are you currently wearing, Chenji? Just quickly tell us. This old thing.
This whole thing. Oh my God. Actually, this is very important because, right, we mentioned this in our last episode that, you know, I kind of made a silly purchase of the week, which was like, you know, back when we were at the Ryder Cup in Italy, in Rome, we like, and actually one of my friends, Leo, he asked me if I could pop by the Loro Piana store in Rome. And there's only one store in Rome. And that sold the Ryder Cup gear. And I actually thought it was like a gimmick because I knew the brand Loro Piana was just one of the most expensive brands in the world. They're known for this like cashmere, like sweaters, cashmere, everything. Yeah. And it costs silly money, right?
Silly money for like plain normal clothes.
Silly money. So originally I thought they just did this for like as a special sort of, you know, Ryder Cup event, just like, you know, anything else. But actually, whilst we're at the Ryder Cup, I found out that they actually officially sponsored the European Ryder Cup team, which actually meant that, and like not basically they sponsored all of their like athletic outfits, or like, you know, the ones that they used for the actual events. They sponsored the caddy as well, so the caddy was wearing the same thing, and they sponsored like the formal wear as well. So like, you know, when they were on these like gala duties, like official duties, they were wearing suits, tailored suits, trousers, and shoes, all you know, designed and made by Loro Piana. Yep. And so basically, which made the Ryder Cup like team officially having the most expensive like sports uniform of all times. Like no other sport has like uniforms as expensive as the European Ryder Cup
Each
team.
player,
Anyway,
I think they were like kitted out with like 40 grand's worth of stuff.
yeah, easily, like retail value, right? So, and then plus the caddies, plus all the event stuff, the captains, the vice captains, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm even sure even like the wags as well, the wives and girlfriends.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. So yeah, and we actually went to the Loro Piana store and looked at some of the pieces available. There was only like 2 pieces available, and turns out they were all like sold out. Like, and the only 2 there was like extra small or like extra large. So I like couldn't buy it. But then I'll obviously like have a look and how much it costed. And basically one of these quarter zips, right?
That you're currently wearing.
Like that I'm currently wearing, and I flipped the label, and it's like, what? 2,300 euros.
Yep.
Like ridiculous.
Silly.
Anyway, again, but to be fair, would have bought it just for piece of memory, right? And then
you make fun of me for buying silly purchases for like a lot cheaper things like that, and you're like, yeah, I would spend 2,300 euros on a quarter zip. That is the silliest of silly purchases of the week. Anyway, so we come back to the UK.
We come back to
Chenji
the UK,
doesn't buy this.
and I don't buy this, and it kind of slips my mind. And then this one day, as it happens, I'm on eBay. I think I was like looking for some clubs, and I'm like, right. I used to actually like during COVID, I had like this hobby of basically scavenging clubs online.
Yep.
Buying them while kind of lowballing people, and if they accepted, they accepted, and then I'd played myself, and if I didn't like those clubs, I just sold it on.
Yeah.
And so I was like, right, it looks like I tried to look at some clubs, and I was like already on eBay, so I thought, let's type in Loro Piana Ryder Cup.
Yep.
And there I saw like 3 pieces or something. Like one was like some old thing from like 2018 or something. And then the other one was like this cashmere sweater. And I took a look. It was like, oh my gosh, it actually says 2023 Marco Simone. And then I looked at the label itself and like within the whole, like within the inside the clothes. And it actually like it has initials on there, MD. And then I look at the description, and it's like a very brief description saying that like, again, Loro Piana Ryder Cup, 2023, which is like a caddy edition. So I was like, is this legit or not? Like, because it actually had its like, what's it called? Like, what's that thing called again? The
tag.
The tag on it as well.
Yeah.
Right. Like saying Loro Piana. So it was like basically brand new.
It was never worn, basically.
Yeah, it was never worn.
Because it was, you're lucky because it was never worn because of how hot it was in Italy on that week of the...
So I kind of thought it makes sense because no one's going to wear like, this in the middle of summer, like,
True.
well, like 30-degree weather in Rome, right?
Yeah.
And,
especially a caddy when they're carrying a bag and they're walking,
no chance,
so there's no way they're going to wear it, right? Yeah.
So I go on, and then I go online and I look at, okay, whose caddy actually has like initials MD, right? So I like, I Google, Rory McIlroy, nope. Like Ludwig Åberg, no. And Justin Rose, no. And then the next one I searched for was Tyrrell Hatton.
Yep.
And guess what his caddy's name was?
Michael Donald.
Michael Donaghy.
Oh,
Mick
Donaghy. That was a lot closer, I guess.
Yeah, that was actually very, very close. No, I mean MD. Okay. I mean, to be fair, like English, generic English
MD,
name, innit?
Michael something, Michael Davidson.
Michael Douglas. Like, I mean, you can name like 50 people, and you probably get like, anyway.
Yeah.
So kind of like, thought, okay, this is legit then, right? So, and I look at it, and it was like, literally has like an hour, 30 minutes left in its bid. So, and I was like, okay, so I set myself an alarm, and I was like, right, let's kind of bid for it, like at the last second. If I get it, I get it.
Right.
An hour and 20 minutes pass by. I log back on. My alarm goes off. I log back on. I make like basically like a sniper bid, right? Like literally last 10 seconds, I made like a bid. And somehow the timer went to 0, and did a refresh eBay, and says
the winner.
Congratulations, you won the item. Paid up, and
you received it, and it looks great. It looks good.
It. And actually, I've got some Loro Piana pieces at home, and I was looking at like all the labels, I cross-checked all everything,
and everything's legit.
It's legit. Okay. It's legit.
Speaking of legit,
and super comfy. It's really nice.
Speaking of legit, I need to hurry up, Chenji, because the timer is running out.
Yes, go. So
Chenji buys this.
What are you doing?
Wait, shush. So Chenji buys this and sends me a link to the same guy. He's selling the same quarter zip, but the Sunday version, the blue version, and it's currently on eBay.
No, the Saturday version. That's the
Saturday version, and there's 30 seconds left. I was the highest bidder. I am outbid now. There's 25 seconds left, Chenji. And
Oh my God.
and I am
my
about
God.
to try and be the biggest, the highest bidder. Like live.
Okay,
You
15 seconds, 14, 13. Go, mate.
Go confirm.
Try
bid.
confirm
Oh,
bid
no,
and then go
I've,
one
I've
up.
been outnumbered. I've been outbid.
And do it again.
I'm
Do
doing it,
again.
I'm doing it.
15 pounds
Oh
more.
no,
Go.
I've been outbid again.
Another one.
I'm doing it.
Ah,
lost
no,
out.
it's gone. No.
Wait, I don't know if my bid went through. I won! No, there's no way. There's
Yes,
no
sir.
way.
Oh, you won by £5. You won by £5.
Oh my god,
won-
dude! I
you won
literally
by
pressed it on
£5.
0. I literally pressed it on 0.
Oh my god, I can't believe you
Look,
did this.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Congratulations.
Oh my god.
Dude,
I saw
oh my
that.
god. Right, sorry guys. Yeah, so it just so happened that we're recording the podcast while this item was live on the on eBay, and I just checked because I saw Chenji wearing it when we started the podcast. I said, "Oh my god, I think it's ending today." Like this item, and I went and checked, and he was like, "Oh, it ends in 7 minutes." So I was like, "Okay, Chenji, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to try and outbid it on while we're doing the podcast." And it just so happened. Jesus, mate, I pressed the number.
Dude, high five.
I pressed the number on like literally 0, and I can't believe that went through. Brilliant. Right,
Oh my
okay,
God.
so now we are proud owners of the most expensive and greatest Ryder Cup merch of all time. That's brilliant.
Best thing of all, we actually went there.
And which makes it even better. So now we're going to look like absolute...
Wankers.
You said it, mate. When we roll up to the golf course. But
Wait,
I think...
like this is gonna stay in my clubhouse locker room.
Yes,
right?
that's the same with me.
Whenever I finish around in the winter, like even in
you're
the
such
heat
a-
of the
you're
summer,
such a Saturday
I'm just gonna
golfer.
I'm just gonna like put this on.
Yeah.
Go to the clubhouse, basically dick hanging out, right?
Yeah.
So like, yo, look at me.
Yeah, that
But
makes
to be
sense.
fair, no, I mean like, and the point of Loro Piana is like they never have any logos.
Yeah, which I like.
Or whatever, like these perforated underarm sort of design.
It looks really
so
good.
basically, like again,
I
it's
just
really
hope it fits me,
athletic.
dude.
It should do.
It should do because
Anyway,
my
congratulations.
size
Look at that.
is a tiny bit
That's
bigger
kinda
than yours,
sick.
isn't it? You told me.
Yeah, but you're bigger than me, right?
Yeah,
So-
exactly. That's why I'm hoping that it would just it's actually bigger and it's just not just a number. Anyway, that was
Brilliant.
pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. We did this live, and
I
it was
know.
actually kind of intense.
believe
And you won. No, but seriously, like as it approached 0 seconds, because I was looking at the same link.
Yeah.
It was like £5 below what you bid for.
I know.
And
I can't believe I got it.
I can't believe you
Wow,
got it for
brilliant.
like.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. Right. Anyway, moving on. Today I had a great day, Chenji. I don't know if you know.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So
Oh my God.
Go on.
For those of you who don't know,
Today.
like literally 5 hours before recording this podcast on Monday, Theo posts on Instagram, both on our Rise and Slides Golf podcast page.
Dude.
For those of you that don't know, that's like the
Pinnacle.
epitome,
Yes.
pinnacle.
Of fittings, of club fittings. So
Like Ian Poulter gets his clubs fitted there, right?
yeah, that's probably true.
Like I'm pretty sure most Titleist sponsored staff, like pro members, get their go there. Sometimes not like every day, but like sometimes just to get their club styled in.
Yep.
They've got so much technology in there, right?
Okay,
It's like this cordoned off area within like Woburn, right? That you can only get in with like appointment only, and then everything inside is like super high tech.
It's funny, right? Because you've actually driven past, like to go to the Titleist Fitting Centre, you drive past it. To go to Woburn, you drive past the Titleist Fitting Centre, but you don't see it because it's behind like a massive gate, and then the gate opens. You kind of you park at Woburn. They come and collect you in like a kitted out Titleist buggy.
No way.
Yeah. And then they kind of put your clubs on the buggy.
Did you take some pictures?
I took pictures and videos. I will be making like a little like a 1 minute I don't know, Titleist review. Or
1 minute 1 minute golf review, but Titleist.
Yeah.
So.
But again, I wish I took more videos. I felt a bit not awkward, but there was no in the fitting studio, in the whole area facility. It was just me and the club fitter. There was nobody else there, so we had the whole place to ourselves. So first of all, what really quite impressed me. Today's Monday, and I went today. On Friday, I get a random phone call, and guess who's on the phone?
Ian Porter. You're joking?
No, I'm not joking.
Joking?
No, he's like, hey, Theo, I watch your podcast. I'm a huge fan. I want to come on. No, I'm joking, dude. Of course I'm joking. Don't do it, dude. No, don't do it, because I don't know how to blur that out. Anyway, no. So I get a phone call from.
You always do this to me, Theo. This is not the first time,
I'm sorry,
and this is not going to be the last time.
Yeah, no.
And I'm always going to be tricked.
One day though, we'll be an importer. So I'm just letting you know. So I get a phone call, and it was actually my club fitter, Duncan, and he goes, "Hey, Theo, my name's Duncan. I'm calling you from the Titleist Performance Center. I'm going to be your club fitter for on Monday. So I just want to try and get some information out of you, and I'm trying to understand you a little bit better before you get in. Like, what are you trying to get out of this fitting?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, that caught me off guard a little bit, mate." It's like, you know, I want irons, and we're talking, mate. We had like a 10-minute conversation before I even turned up. And he's like, okay, so he knows like what to expect, what not to expect, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, that's a pretty cool little feature. How he called me like, I don't know, 3 days before, and he's like, hey, you know, just want to say welcome. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to spend time with you. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool little feature. I turn up on Monday. I call him. He comes, picks me up. He takes me to the performance center. Mate, the gate opens, and it's just this beautiful little drive. And in front of you, you see the actual facility. Right in front of you, and on the right you can see all the beautiful grass. There's like pin locations. There's like a short game area on like the bottom right. There's the facility itself is just absolutely beautiful. There's a reception, and while I'm driving up, I can see the reception, and there's a massive screen saying "Welcome Theodorus Kalopidis." And I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool little feature. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it just make you feel special. All this is just making you feel special. We walk in. The first thing he did was he gave me a tour of the entire facility. And I was like, whoa. He took me, like, he showed me, there's two...
How early did you arrive there? How early did you arrive?
So my appointment was from 11 till 3. They only have one appointment a day.
No way.
Yeah, so that's it. There's one appointment a day, and every day
is fully booked.
Yeah, and I've actually booked this like 2 weeks in advance. It was easy now because of like it's winter. But in the summer, mate, you have zero chance of getting... Like, I bet you if you go now on the Titleist website, you won't be able to find a fitting for, like, from, like, April onwards. So, yeah, so I was looking...
So one fitting a day between 11 and 3 o'clock?
Yes. So this
4
guy's
hours.
job...
4 hours.
3 hours. No.
Wow.
11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, 4 hours. Bloody hell. Wow.
Wow.
So, but the 4-hour fitting, that's for your whole bag. Driver, irons, and wedges.
Putter?
No putter. I didn't want a driver or wedges.
It's fine. Go to Mark for that.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want a driver or wedges because I already have the SM9s. I'm not gonna get new SM9s, and my driver is brand new almost. It's like only like 4 months old. I'm not gonna get a new driver, so I only went there for irons. And I told him this on the phone. He goes, "Yeah, no problem. We'll just take our time hitting irons." And I'm like, wicked. And I'm thinking, it's not gonna take 4 hours to fit me for irons. It took me 4 hours to fit me for irons. We were so meticulous.
Just the irons?
Just irons.
Just the irons?
Yeah, so
you're joking.
We could have obviously sped
4
everything
hours?
up. We could have sped everything up, and we could have, if I was looking for a driver fitting, obviously, you know, we could have done that for an hour. But I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, you know, or maybe he might have skipped a couple of steps like that we didn't need to do. So he can do like a driver fitting in that period or whatever. But yeah, so we didn't. First thing he did, sorry, I'm going too far ahead. First thing they did, he did.
Make a tour. Did a tour.
Yeah, he gave me a tour. There's two hitting bays. One hitting bay is like a TrackMan room. It's got this massive, like 450-inch TVs that are put together that make one massive massive TV. And that's for the TrackMan, all the data, all the information, everything about you, whatever. And then what else? And then it's just beautiful, clean. You know how normally you go to, again, both. I kind of like both types, but normally when you go to like a fitting, on the wall they've got the shafts on the walls and like all the heads and all the clubs like hung up nicely on the walls all around. For this one, they don't have this. They have like, you know, like mechanic drawers like you see at mechanics where they pull them out. It's all professionally done, Titleist branded, obviously, as you can imagine. And he's like, yeah, and he's literally just opening every single drawer. He's like, yeah, these are the shafts, these are the other shafts, these are all the heads, these are the irons, these are the drivers, these are the wedges. And I'm like, oh my God. So you know the videos that you see on social media when they do like a truck vlog?
Like the tour trucks.
Yeah. So they do like a little, what do you call it? Like a tour of the actual tour trucks. And they're like, okay, this is what we do. I got to see that face to face, right? And showed me all the shafts, showed me all the other things, and then took me into the other little hitting bay. And in that hitting bay, there is no TrackMan. What they have 3 high speed cameras or slow motion cameras. Ooh. So one in the front, one behind you, and one on your side. That all the pros pros like European tour pros, they go there to get with like, they go with their coach or with their psychologist apparently. And they practice there to kind of work, and they can see and they can like record themselves and the swing and everything. They can slow it down dramatically, and they can work on whatever they're working on.
That's sick.
It's incredible. And then the room next door, it's like a little meeting room with like a big table. One's like 10 chairs. On the wall, they had Matt Fitzpatrick's driver that he won the US Open with.
No way.
And they had Jordan Spieth's 3-iron. I forget this. He hit like a really famous shot with a 3-iron. He told me, but I completely, my mind's just gone blank. It's somewhere in Scotland, I want to say. And they have that 3-iron, and he's signed and everything. And he's not even behind like glass. Like he was like, yeah, you can pick it up and like hold it. I was like, this is incredible. He takes me into like the changing rooms, and he shows me, mate, there's not a single room. Like he even showed me like their offices. The best room was the last room that he showed me, and he goes to me, you can't record in here. And I'm like, oh, I already love this room. So obviously I'm like recording, like all the little rooms or whatever. But again, I'm trying to be a little bit mindful because I don't really know the guy. I don't know if I'm allowed to record. But he obviously, so I was like, look, I hope you don't mind. I might be like just recording and take pictures because this is quite interesting. He's like, yeah, no problem. But there's a couple of things you can't record. I'm like, cool, no problem. Dude, he took me in the little mechanics like area where they fix and make and bend and straighten and saw all the shafts and all the clubs out. And he's like he's opening drawers and opening drawers and opening drawers, and it's just shafts after shafts, lofts, irons after irons, club heads, drivers. Mate, there's everything you can possibly imagine. He's like getting everything out, and he's walking me past every single machine. And it's like, this machine does this machine does that, this machine does this, and I'm like, what? Like, you know how much of a geek I am when it comes to things like this, dude. And I'm like, oh my 100%. God, dude, this is amazing. So then we kind of have a coffee. He was like, yeah, if you want to go toilet, the toilets are here. If you want a coffee, just help yourself. They even had, I don't have it, I left it in my golf bag, like Titleist branded water.
No way. That's sick. Obviously.
Oh my God.
Obviously.
They took me in a room that was filled from top to bottom in golf balls. Boxes and boxes, shag bag after shag bag of Pro V1s, Pro V1 X's, Pro V1 Left Dash. And then he was like, he's walking me through, and there's like shelves and shelves of like shag bags. It's like, yeah, this is Matt Fitzpatrick's golf balls. This is, she's like, oh, this is Max Homer's golf ball. This is Jordan Spieth golf ball. This is Justin Thomas. And guess what I found out, Chenji?
Go on.
I got some scoop.
Ooh.
You're not going to believe this. Well, there might be some people out there that...
What? Like somebody who is not sponsored by Titleist secretly uses Titleist?
No.
Okay.
Probably more interesting than that. There might be a couple of people that know this, but I bet you there's a bunch of people that don't know this.
Right, ask me the question.
I have to tell you, I can't ask
Okay,
you.
fine.
we have. Wait, how can I put this? We have
Big
the
scoop.
understanding that golf professionals use Pro V1, Pro V1 X, Pro V1 Left Dash, and that's pretty much it. If you're a Titleist player,
Yes.
that is a very, very big misconception.
Don't tell me they use AVX.
No, they don't even use the brands that we get to use. They have specific models.
Tour issued balls.
They have tour issued balls that we are not even able to get. And
No way.
Yeah. And I have some details. Some of these you can get in the US, but you can't get them in the UK. So he explained to me that there's probably around 8 balls that Titleist balls that we can get anywhere in the world. There's probably another 5 or 6 more that are only tour issued. Not only are they tour issued, some balls are only made for one specific player. Matt Fitzpatrick uses a version of a Pro V1 that you cannot buy and is not made for anybody else on tour. Adam Scott
No way.
uses a Pro V1 from 2006 or 2016. Who else was it? Same with Justin Thomas. I want to say Jordan Spieth, but I could be wrong. There's a Pro V1 called Pro V1 Left Dot.
Left dot.
Yes.
Wow.
And this ball,
sick.
after getting my fitting, he said that this ball would suit me the best. But the closest thing that I could play with is a Pro V1. So I have a little chart here, right? So typically,
Mate, did you secretly take one of those left dots back? That would be awesome.
I could have. If I asked, they would have been like, yeah, here, just have one, no problem. But I would never have hit it. I would have kept it.
Oh yeah, of course not.
Keep in
Of
mind,
course,
like
yeah.
I got to, like I was holding these. He was opening like golf bags, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is a left dot. This is the I don't know. There's a bunch of names like what is it? Left dot. I don't know. I've got it somewhere. Right. So typically, there's 3 main balls for a Titleist, right? Pro V1, Pro V1 X, and the AVX. Pro V1, optimal flight, spin for most golfers with very soft feel, right? So that's like the pinnacle. The main ball for players on the tour. And then you have Pro V1X, which is it flies higher, it spins more, and it feels firmer. And then the AVX, which does the exact opposite. Now for me,
Softer,
yes,
low spin.
And then Pro V1X Left Dash it sits in between the Pro V1 and the Pro V1X. Oh no, it doesn't. It sits above the Pro V1X, so it flies even
Correct.
higher and spins even
and goes
more.
even harder.
Yeah, and it feels even firmer. So my optimal ball for my game is the ball between the Pro V1 and the Pro V1 X, which is a Pro V1 Left Dot. I think he said to me that you can buy them in the US, but again, I'm not going to go through the trouble of buying how many. Like
Fascinating.
And then there's there's a ball in between a Pro V1 and a Pro V1 and an AVX. There's probably another 5 balls that we don't even know that exist, and they literally only get made for the pros. And I was like, this is incredible. And they had them all like there, just sitting there doing nothing, right? What else? What are you trying to find?
The left dot. I found them on eBay.
How much are they?
Too expensive. They're shipping from Australia.
That's what I mean.
I'm sure I can get them somewhere
You
else.
can't get them.
Oh yeah, no, left dot. They're US only. Yeah, they go for $55 a box. So
$55 plus tax that you're going to pay plus delivery. It's going to cost you like £100 a box.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get my friend to buy this and then ship it over to me.
So Pro V1 Left Dot golf balls are designed for players seeking a more penetrating trajectory with lower long game spin. That Pro V1 bloody hell. I can't read. Penetrating trajectory with lower long game spin than a Pro V1, but with comparable greenside control and soft feel. Benefits, extraordinary distance with, lower full swing spin. So when I went to get fitted, my balls, dude, he could not believe, like after seeing me hit like a 7-iron. Sorry, I'm going too far. We get in the fitting area. He goes to me,
Yes.
what club do you want? Is there any clubs that you want to try? And obviously, there's not a single person that goes for a fitting, whether it's for a driver or an iron or whatever. And you almost make your mind up which club you're gonna get before you even go.
T200, right, or T150.
So for me, So if you go for a driver, like for example, I went to Warwickshire Golf Sim to get fit for a driver, and in my mind, I really wanted a Titleist TSR driver. Until I went there and I was like almost convinced I'm going to walk out today with a Titleist TSR driver. Until I went there and I couldn't get on with it. I couldn't hit it. So the best hitting driver was between TaylorMade Stealth 2 and the Ping G430. So I ended up going for the Ping G430, which was like my backup plan anyway, right? But I already know I'm never going to go for a Paradigm. I'm never going to go for the Cobra Jet or whatever it was called, right? So going into the Titleist fitting studio, I knew that I was going to walk away either with the T150s or the T200s. So when you asked me the question, I didn't answer that. I said, look, I'm going to keep my mind open. You can fit me however you want to fit me. Give me whatever club you want to give me. And whatever you think is best for me, that's the club I'm walking out with. And I genuinely meant that. If you told me that the T100 was the club for me, I would have walked out with the T100. Same on the other side, where if I got the T300, which is basically like a muscle back, it's a little bit...
Beginners.
It's a little bit thinner than the current clubs that I use now, the G425s. So he goes to me, okay, so first he goes to me, I'm going to try you on the T150 and the T200s. I'm like, cool. So I was already like, okay, I already knew that this was going to happen, but I wanted him to fit me. I didn't want me to fit me. Like, that's why I'm paying all the money. I want you to do your job, right? Obviously.
Yep.
So we start hitting T200. So you see, he gives me the 7 iron. So I start hitting he goes to me, just warm up how you normally would. So I get my clubs. I'm hitting sand irons. I'm hitting 9 iron, 7 iron, 5 a little hybrid, whatever. And then he goes, okay, so just hit a few 7 irons. We get the numbers, and I'm hitting my 7 iron, and he's looking at the numbers and he goes, "What's your handicap again?" I said, "Oh, 13." He goes, "I don't know where you're going wrong, but I Titleist clubs. And I was glad because I didn't want to go there, be nervous, and be like, be nervous and like not hit good shots, how I would normally play. So I hit every single shot that I would normally hit in a golf course. I hit it. I thinned a few. I didn't shank any. I thinned a few. I chunked a few. I fatted a few. But I also hit a lot of good shots. So after a chunking a few, which could happen, it could happen like once or twice around anyway. Because to me, the reason why you're doing that is because your swing path is so shallow, and so it should be. But because your club face is so upright, it almost digs into the ground. The club face closes. You drag the ground, and then you hit it, and you either chunk it or it goes left. Because we don't want that. So he basically he went, okay. So he went into the drawers. He gets a 7-iron, head out. He goes to me, he couldn't believe how fast my swing was with my 7-iron. He goes, yeah, regular shaft is not for you. Let's try stiff. I was like, okay, I already kind of knew that.
Your ping were regular shafts.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
That's crazy, dude. You have an extra stiff.
No,
like.
stiff.
Okay,
stiff.
okay.
So so we tried obviously a 3-4 stiff shafts. The first one, which is the True Temper Dynamic Gold S300 shaft flex, stiff obviously. That was the one. I don't know, man. Like I was hitting 7-irons with the T200s, and the crunch, and the comfort, and the effortless, swing that I had to put to get like, dude, I was averaging like 180 yards with my 7-iron. My
in the winter,
in the wind, it was I was like, what the hell, man? Like this is amazing. So normally, if you ask me what I hit my 7-iron, I'm going to say 160. I know it's more than 160. It's more like 170. But I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, I hit my 7-iron 175 yards. I hit my 7-iron like 175 yards. And with the T200s, I was hitting my 7-iron like 180, 182 yards. And because of my ball flight, he changed the loft, he changed the lie angle, he changed everything, right? He checked the loft on my 7-iron, and it was actually 1 degree stronger.
6-iron.
No, my 7-iron.
Yeah.
It was 1 degree stronger. So that means my ball flight was actually going a lot higher and not as far.
Yeah.
And I says to him, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather have a little bit of forgiveness and risk losing a little bit of distance, because I can afford to lose a little bit of distance. I'm not bothered about losing distance. He goes to me, yeah, like you can definitely lose a bit of distance. Like you've have too much. You don't need a 7-iron going 180 yards. I'm like, yeah, I don't want that either. Like, I don't want that. If it's there, it's there. If I know I hit it that far, then I'm going to play for that. And he goes to me, okay, so we're going to make. So he made my club 2 degrees flat, which means I can graze the grass a lot easier, and my divot pattern will be straight, so I can afford
less chunks,
so I can afford to attack the pins. And because my ball flight is so high, he goes to me, what I love to see is the fact that your ball flight, let's say you hit at 7-iron 180 yards and total carry is 183 yards, which means you can actually attack a lot of pins because your total distance compared to your carry is not that much, which is a good thing, because then you know that if the pin is 180 yards, you can comfortably hit a 7-iron, and it's not going to go low,
shoot past,
and land, and then like treacle past 10 feet. You know it's going to land, it's going to stop, which is brilliant. My spin rate was amazing, everything. I'm like, okay, cool. So he goes, okay, now let's try the 150s. The 150s, I was hitting them, but I wasn't as comfortable as the 200s. So, and then he was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think. He goes to me, I can easily give you the 150s. You can definitely hit them, but you're going to get worse before you get better with the 150s. I feel like in the next couple of years, you'll definitely be ready for the 150s. But right now, I think the 200s are for you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the next step, okay, now gapping. He goes to me, I want to see a 12-yard gap between every single iron. I'm like, okay, cool. So he gives me the 6-iron. And the 6-iron, the gapping was like, I don't know, like 20 yards. So he's like, okay, let's go in. So at this point, he's giving me clubs. And then as he's giving me clubs, he's like changing the lie angle and the loft and everything. But he's taking me with him into the little mechanic booth, whatever. And he's like showing me how he's doing everything. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So we get the 6-iron. He bent it in the right position, whatever. He goes, yeah, 12 degrees. And then obviously I'm hitting like 10, 20 shots with the 6-iron. So my average is 12, 13 yards apart, right? And then we do the same for the 5 iron, and we do the same for the. We didn't do the 8 iron. We didn't do the 9 iron. And then he gives me a pitching wedge, and he goes, "How? Oh, keep in mind, I had my Arcos." So I pulled up all my Arcos data. He's looking at my yardages, whatever. And then we get to the wedges. He goes, "Oh yeah, cool. I can see you got the SM9s." And then I don't know if I showed you this. I have a brand new 60-degree SM9. A few weeks ago, I played with it and I forgot to, and it was wet and I forgot to wipe it down and it was rusty. And I just got it out and I was like, "Oh, look at that! I can't believe like I've rusted my 60-degree." And he goes, "Oh, I can fix it." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, just give it to me." So he gets to the club, he goes in the thing, he turns some machine on and just cleans it up. And he goes, "Yeah, there you go, brand new." And I'm like, "Bloody hell, mate, thank you." Like, I didn't show him, I just showed him like as a joke, whatever. "Oh yeah, like look at my 60-degree." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I can fix that." And he just went and fixed it straight away. I'm like, "Cool."
Easy.
So then he goes to me, "I want you to hit like your 50-degree wedge." My 50-degree wedge is by far my least favorite club in the bag. I have shanked more balls with my 50-degree wedge that I can count. And now it's in my head that I'm going to shank a ball. So it's like my swing is weird. Like I try and be so perfect with it, and I just end up shanking it, right? So we're hitting a few shots, and he goes, "No." He goes, "Try and put." Oh, and he also was giving me like little tips. First thing he said was, "You're too shallow. You're catching too much turf. You don't need to do that. Your ball stance, your ball is way too far forward in your stance. You don't need to do that." So he got me hitting like my ball way further back, like not even middle, like towards my back foot. So, and after doing that, it was like effortless, dude. I can do like half a swing. He goes to me, "Just do me like half a swing." Dude, I was doing half a swing with like 50-degree, with a 7 iron, and I was going like 170 yards. And he goes to me like, "This is why. You're catching it cleaner. You're hitting it off the middle." And obviously you can see the graphs of where I'm hitting every single shot on the club face. And it's not middle, but it's right there, right? So he goes to me, "Yeah, like that's like proof is in the pudding. You're doing a 50-degree, a 50% swing, and it's going 170 yards. You're working less and getting the same result. So why would you not do that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a good point." So yeah, I need to work on having the ball way further back. I'm hitting my 50-degree wedge. He goes into the little area. He checks that the lie angle was all wrong. The what do you call it? The loft was all wrong. It was like 2 degrees. It was like a 52. That's why I struggled to get it 100 yards.
No way.
Yeah. Then he gets my 56-degree wedge. He checks that. I tried that. He goes, "No, your lie angle is exactly a 61 or nearly a 62-degree." He goes, "No, that's too much." So you put that down to 60 degree. He fixed the lie
crazy.
Angle. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
So then he said, I hit my pitching wedge and it was like 132. And then I hit my 50-degree and it was 110. And he goes, "The gap in between your 50-degree and your pitching wedge is too much." He goes, "I don't like that. You're gonna," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but yeah, like, okay, so what would you do if you have like a 120-yard shot?" And this is actually funny because I have a lot of 220-yard shots. And he goes, "Well, he goes to me, I says to him, what I would never do is I would never get the 50-degree and try and smash it to try and get it 120 yards. So what I will do is get my pitching wedge grip down and have an easier swing. But when I have an easier swing," and then he finished my thing and he goes, "Oh, you slice it, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, because it's a slower swing, so it's not as compact." And I was like, "Yeah, exactly that." And he goes to me, "Okay, so we need to find you a middle, like a gap wedge between your gap wedge and your pitching wedge." And he goes to me, "This is what we're going to do." He goes to me, "Your 5 iron goes 220 yards. You don't, and you have a 4 hybrid and a 4 iron." He goes to me, "Let me see you hit your 4 hybrid." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So this is my ping 4 hybrid. I get my ping 4 hybrid out and I'm hitting balls and he's going 230, 240, 235, whatever. He goes to me, "Why do you have a 4 iron in your bag?" And I says, "Oh, I only have it because that's like my punch shot. So whenever I'm in trouble or under trees or I need to hit a low shot, I hit my 4 iron." And he goes to me, "Okay, cool." He goes, "Here's the T200 5 iron. Just hit me a stinger. Hit me like a low shot, how you would normally try and do under a tree." I'm like, "Okay." So I get it. I set up. I hit a low shot. Comes out perfect. He goes to me, "Okay, hit another one." I hit another one. Perfect. Hit another one. Hit another one. He goes, "Try and hit a little stinger." I hit not like a stinger, but it was very low. He goes, "So why do you need your 4 iron?" And I'm like, "I don't know, mate." He goes, "Okay, your 4 iron is coming out your bag and we're going to get you a 48 degree. No, 48.
47.
No, it's either a 48 or a 46 degree wedge. And this wedge, I'm going to set it up. And this is how good this guy is at his job. He goes, I'm going to set it up.
He's going to bend it to like 47 or something.
No. He goes to me, the way I'm going to set it up, and obviously I've seen you swing. By this point, I've hit like 300 balls. He goes, I'm going to set it up, and the first swing that you're going to hit is going to go like 122 yards. And I'm like, okay. And he gets it, gives me the iron. I hit it, 48-degree wedge, 122 yards. I'm like, I told you, mate. And I'm like, Jesus, mate, what are you doing? He goes, yeah.
That's a magician.
Yeah, he goes, hit another one. So at this point, they have this machine. This is the machine that I wasn't allowed to take a picture or a video of. This machine is a Titleist machine. I think every company, every brand has this machine, but it's their own version. It's basically a machine that you put your club down, and there's like sensors all over it. And it senses exactly to the millimeter, like what's below a millimeter, what's smaller than a millimeter, like a micromillimeter. I don't know.
Micrometer.
Whatever. And it basically measures your lie angle and your loft. And then he sees what your lie angle and your loft is. And then he goes, okay, that's wrong. I need to, let's say my loft was 48 degrees, but I want it 47. He gets his massive metal rod. He puts it on the iron, and then he bends it. Dude, this guy is so good at his job. If he wants to bend it 1 degree, he just goes. He goes, okay, that's 1 degree. Then he measures it, and it's exactly 1 degree. There was times where he did my 56. He did it 56.25. He was like, no, I want you to hit a 56.2, not 56, not 55 and a half, 56.25. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna bend it, and he bent it, dude, and he measured it, and he was exactly one go. One try, and he got it 56.25 straight away.
These guys are magicians.
Mad.
Seriously.
Incredible. So I'm hit that, and I'm hitting a bunch of shots, and it was just overall incredible experience, right? So then I'm thinking, okay, so at what point do I pay for the irons? I didn't. I thought you kind of pay. You either pick them up on the same day, or they ship them out to you, or whatever. Dude, this fitting, basically the way it works is you finish a fitting, and they send you an email of all your what's it called?
Stats.
Your fitting specifications. And
specs.
And with all these specs, you can go to your Club Pro, or you can go to even American Golf, you can go to Clubhouse Golf or whatever, and you can put all of these all of these details, and you can get them shipped out to you. And I'm like, oh, no way. And he goes, yeah. I say, okay, what's the quickest way for me to do this? And he goes, well, you can order it through us. It's going to take 7 days. 7 days. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought you were going to say 7 weeks. So I ordered the clubs. I ordered T200 from 5-iron to gap wedge. Obviously, I'm keeping my 50 degree. I'm keeping my 56, my 60 degree. I'm taking out the 4-iron. I'm keeping my 4 hybrid, my 5 hybrid, and my driver. Right? So, loft, standard loft, lie 2% flat, length is standard, shaft true temper dynamic gold, shaft flex S300s with your normal blacked out grips. He opened like 3 drawers just full of grips. He goes, which ones do you want? Different colors, different whatever. And I'm like, just give me the black ones, mate. I'm not flashy. I don't care about having some red and black.
But what about your grips? Like any tape,
no tape.
Mid-size, standard, just standard?
He goes, standard grip. I said, I just want a standard grip. I don't want anything different, just perfect. He goes, cool, okay. After that, we went to the little short game area. We checked out my my wedges. He goes to me, okay, it's a massive green, and he goes, okay, just pick a flag and just hit what you would normally hit. So I picked the furthest one away, get my 50-degree wedge, and I'm like, hit a nice low one, like pitch and run. He goes, perfect. And then he goes, okay, there's a flag over there. There was a bunker to get over. What would you normally do? So I'm showing him, goes, oh yeah, really, really good. You know, obviously I told him I was doing the Dan Greaves thing. He goes, yeah, obviously that helped a lot because I was hitting some really, really good flop shots and all that kind of stuff. There was a bunker. The bunker was obviously really nice, but it was wet because it was raining. So he was like, okay, so I would pick like the furthest flag away because it's just an easy-ish bunker shot. And obviously he saw that I was really comfortable in the bunker. Like every shot was pin high. It was really, really good bunker shot. He goes, oh, you look pretty comfortable in the bunker. I said, yeah, actually, I'm pretty decent in the bunker. Like I'm very, very comfortable after getting the Dan Greaves lesson. He goes, yeah, I can see that. He goes, yeah, there you go. Just hit this flag here. The flag was like 4 yards away. And I'm like, dude, listen, I said I'm comfortable. The bunker is wet. It's like mud. There's no way I can get this ball up and down like 7 yards away. This is not going to happen. He goes, just try. So I tried. I thinned like 4 shots. And he goes, okay, do this. So he's like telling me what to do. And he goes, okay. I said, normally what I would do if the grass is dry and it's nice and fluffy, I would have a wider stance, lower center of gravity, and I would go back swing, nice slow forwards, downswing, and then follow all the way through. But because I'm explaining my shots, and I says to him, because the bunker is wet and is muddy, I won't do that because I know I can't get under the ball. He goes, just try it. So I'm trying it, and he's like, okay, it's going okay. And he goes, okay, now do this. Put the weight on the left foot. So at this point, he's like giving me a little bunker lesson on how to play like wet bunkers. I'm like, mate, this is amazing. So yeah, the guy was amazing. Duncan, his name is Duncan McNeil, if I remember that correctly. Yeah, Duncan McNeil. He was incredible, dude. He's 26 years old. He had a full scholarship in America to play golf. He ended up not. He tried going on the Challenger Tour. Ended up not working out for him. He ended up going on his mate's bag, caddying for 6 months on the Challenger Tour. After that, he got a job at TaylorMade. Now he works for Titleist. And in January, he's going on the DP World Tour on the Titleist tour truck. And he's traveling for 30 weeks a year. Dude, this guy would be fitting professionals. Like professional elite players. And he just fitted a 13 handicapper from Derby.
Who was apparently not a 13 handicap.
Dude,
so
I was striping the balls.
basically, a professional tour fitter has called you a bandit, essentially.
Well, yeah, I mean, if being a 13 handicap is a bandit, I'll take it. But yeah, like he was like incredible shots, and he wasn't just saying that because at one point he started slagging off some of the other people. Not slagging off, no. He wasn't talking bad about anybody specific. He was like, there's so many people that come for a fitting and they're like, I want the T100, and they're like, yeah, but you're a 17 handicapper. Like, there's no way you can hit a T100. He goes, okay, I'll settle for the T150. He goes, like, you can't hit the T150. The best you can do is
you need a T400.
Exactly. And he's like, a lot of people, they're not open-minded. They think they know. And I'm like, what? And I says to him, why would I pay as much money as I paid to come here for me to tell you how to do your job? He goes, exactly. And we're going back and forth. We talk for hours, dude. Dude, we spent 4 hours on irons and wedges. The time flew by. I didn't even realize it.
Dude, I can imagine. Like, you could easily take like a whole 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. And I got some goodies. They gave me some goodies for free.
No way.
They gave me a Titleist
Let's
hat,
have a look.
which is nice. Black and white, with Titleist Performance Center woven at the back.
No way. That's sick.
Very, very
that's
cool.
Sick.
They gave me. You'll love this one. You'll love this. A Titleist flask, right?
Nice.
But it says, again, Performance Center is like matte black, like incredible quality, dude. Like really heavy, really, really good quality. I wish the tip of the iceberg would have been if this had my name on it, engraved on it. But
I know. I mean, but you can do it yourself.
Yeah. Anyway. But the thing that does have my name on it, I am officially... No, but that would have been really cool. Team Titleist with my name on, little bag tag.
No way.
With Titleist Performance Center. Woburn. Mate, it was the greatest day. Like, this is the way I explained it to my brother when I left and I called him. You know, I bet you there's a bunch of people listening right now that will go for a fitting for either iron, a putter, or wedges, or a driver, whatever. And you get the driver that you want to get, you pay the money that you want to spend, but you walk out and you're not fully convinced that you did the right thing. Like, oh, I got the G430 driver, but I feel like I should have got the TaylorMade. Or, I got the TaylorMade, but I feel like I should have got the Paradigm. And you're almost second guessing, like, did I just spend £600 on a new driver and I did the wrong thing? Dude, I promise you, I'm not going to say how much money I spent. You know how much money I spent. I spent a crap load of money today, and I walked out of that fitting center with the biggest smile on my face and thinking, I just spent this X amount of money and I feel so confident that I did the right thing. I cannot wait to get my brand new Titleist T200 irons that are specifically fitted for me. Dude, it was the greatest day today. It was, I wish this experience was a little bit cheaper so I could do this every time I want to get a fitting, but there's just no way I can justify.
Well, yeah, but that's the point, right? Like, you're not going to need a fitting for, like Duncan said, for at least 2-3 years.
No chance. Yeah, it's not going to happen anyway. But now, again, man, it's a shame. So now the next thing, when I do get a fitting, and my next fitting, I'm going to go to is it the Titleist headquarters at St. Ives, it costs £60
near Cambridge.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It costs £60. So what I'm gonna do next time I want a fitting, or if you want a fitting, you go. I'll come with you, and I'll tell you how close your experience was to my experience. Does that make sense?
Mate, no chance. I'm going to the Woburn one. No chance. I'm going to Woburn. Like after you've just said this whole story, there's zero chance of me like going to like the £60 one. I am going there, and I'll come before Duncan leaves. I'm gonna go there, and you're gonna come with me.
I'll come with you. I would love to.
Exactly, and then we do some shooting around, and like, dude, like literally, like I'm not gonna lie, like, okay, I don't want to say anything, but like, as you were describing your experience, I came a little bit, like.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Well, not literally, but in my mind.
Anyway, stop talking, Chenji. Please stop talking. Yeah, like, but yeah, the reason why I'm saying I want to go with somebody to the St. Ives Performance Centre is to see how close these two experiences kind of resemble each other. Because if I can get the same experience at the St. Ives for £60, I'll just go to St. Ives, right? So it'd be interesting. But yeah, if you want to go to the Woburn, I think you should go to the St. Ives one.
Well, but the St. Ives one is like what, £60 for 1 hour? Yeah. Yeah,
but again,
it's 1 hour. So you spent 4 hours. Yeah. So that's like 240 hours. So they're £240.
Yes.
And which is like, still less than Woburn, but.
Yes. But again, like normally, if you go for a 1 hour fitting, you're going to hit a 7 iron. You might hit a 5 iron. You're not going to hit anything else.
No, exactly.
And then it's going to kind of figure out the rest. With this one, I pretty much hit every single iron, and every single iron was made specifically for me. And same with wedges as well. But again, like in my mind, I'm like, how? Like, there's no way. There's going to be like an awkward time when he's going to be like, yeah, we're finished now, and there's like still like 2 hours left or 1 hour left. But that's fine because it's my choice that I didn't want a driver or a new wedges. So it's not his fault, But he dragged it. He didn't drag it out in a bad way. I mean that in the best way possible. He just gave me like a full like bag fitting experience just on irons. It was amazing.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I think tomorrow will be the last day that I use my pink irons. So tomorrow will be a very emotional day because those pink irons, man.
They've been with you since day one. They've been with you since day one.
They've been amazing. They were great first like fitting iron. I'm actually quite emotional, man. It's I don't know. I loved it today. Today was amazing, and this is like the first step.
I can feel it. I can feel it in your voice,
man, like,
and I think our listeners will also like kind of hear it.
Today is like the first step to going single handicap. Today was that first step, and I'm so happy I did it. And yeah, man, this time next year, it's gonna be 9.9. There's just no way. There's no way.
You're going to be 6.
I can't wait. I don't know about 6. I'll take 9.9, dude. Anyway, on that note, this has been probably the longest episode that we've ever done.
It has, but it's been so cool, man. It's just like amazing hearing you talk about this experience.
Yeah, thank you guys for like sitting around. I hope it was interesting to you. I know I spoke a lot about my Titleist experience, but that was the whole point of this episode. I hope I didn't bore you to death. I hope it got you excited to maybe go and try it. Go try it. Or go to a St. Ives and invite me. If you want to get a Titleist fitting and you go to St. Ives, invite me and I will come with you and I will tell you how close that experience was to what I had at Woburn at the Performance Centre. So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you again this time next week.